So this event is a bit different because we've invited the government, the private sector, as well as civil society. And what we feel is actually very important that all of this comes together as what we're calling collaborative action. Because each of us have our own perspectives, but when we all come together to really drive the issue of menstrual hygiene management, then we can really solve the problem. I think it's also different because we're looking at it as a public health issue that addresses and influences adolescent girls as well as women. And so it's about 300 to 400 million people in our country that are affected by this. Menstrual hygiene management may seem very simple, but it's actually quite complicated. But if we look at it as a chain where it is about awareness of the issue, access to products and information on how to manage it, how do you actually use sanitary napkins or other products along with facilities as then disposal, and looking at the entire chain, one realizes that there are gaps across this chain and each of us play a particular role. I think the unique part of this chain is that there's a lack of awareness at different places, and so it's important for the media to be involved, for individuals to be more educated, for there to be more innovation around the issue of menstrual hygiene. I think it's very exciting. We've had a great turnout. More than 150 people are coming to actually talk about the issue. And I think we've addressed it in a number of different ways, from hearing voices from government, private sector, civil society. We've showcased a lot of innovation that's happening in the sector. And as a group, I think we're lending voice as well and coming together to really put our efforts around decreasing the GST and the taxes on it as well. So I think there's a lot of different action points for us to come together on. I think this event has sort of been a kickoff. I think what has been very inspiring at this event was having a young girl stand up and speak to how the issue actually impacts her. I think what I find is inspiring is if young girls can be equipped and enabled in a way for them to exercise both their voice and their right on the issue, they will ultimately become the mothers that then educate their children. So I feel like some of this spark amongst the young is most aspiring and inspiring for me.